Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to some more Brotato. This is a couple mods made by... just give me one quick second. It is... Frankie Lols. Fracky Lols. Yeah, I think it's Fracky Lols. They made these three characters. They're all separate characters, and I figured, I don't know, why not? Let's try it. And we're going to start with the Blade Dancer, 500 range, 4 attack speed for every 1 elemental you have, 5 elemental, 50% pickup radius, you can equip ranged weapons, and I thought they had 3 custom weapons. Either way, we're going to use Dancing Blade, whatever the rest of the song is. The Dancing Queen is the point of that. So yeah, because we have... So if you're wondering why it says, or it shows the attack speed is red, it's because I have too much range. Because melee weapons, range is, damage down. So, I really, really like the way this character looks. So they're, please. They have the... attack speed for elemental damage, which is weird because this doesn't scale in elements. Maybe there's another dancing or another blade weapon. I think there's supposed to be like 2 blade weapons with this character. Geez, HP might not be bad to get very early on. I think I'll go with HP. We're going with the dancing blade. Oh, so it's precise, crit up, it's blade, melee, and lifesteal. And it scales 50% off of melee damage. The Naginata. Oh yeah, so I have all 3 characters, so some of these may not actually be for, like, that's not necessarily his proper weapons. Maybe. Okay. I will just call that then. I'm just going to use these. Maybe taking a knife would have been a good idea, so I have something else to handle. But, especially, actually, the lightning shiv would have been pretty good, because I am going to go into, I am going to be scaling... or at least putting some points into rain or elementals, so something to be said there. The katana na. I want the dancing weapons. So this looks like one. Ethereal Elemental. It scales just off of... It's weird he can't start with this. It scales just off of elemental. God, is that even a good idea? It's gonna... Jeez, these just have a... Oh, it's precise. No, I only have a couple. Anyway, I'm gonna take it. It might be a bad idea to take it. I'm gonna... Because I believe that is the weapon that or a weapon designed for this character. So, maybe I should just transfer into, but with so much health down, I really don't want to transfer into an ethereal build. I don't know, maybe I'll just keep one of them around. Maybe we'll just see. So I think going with the blades is... probably gonna be better. Really not sure though. I guess I'll just go with the attack speed. It's fine. Take the bait. Just call it there. Oh, I queued for the bait. I'm like, where are they? Because I just said I'll take the bait. No, I queued it up. It is interesting that this has such a long radius on it. That this character is designed to have like very long range attacks, but they're melee weapons. Geez, spear is 350, I think, and this is 400, so I think it's more than, I think it's actually more range than spear. I could be wrong about that, though. Go some armor. Go with some... Good. I'm gonna go with the HP. Oh, when you upgrade it just has dodge. That's neat. I'll take the bait. I'll take the bait. I do need to be very careful about my HP, though. Ooh, since I don't have any. That was a little scary right there. By a little scary, I mean, that was terrifying. But yeah, it's kind of refreshing having a melee weapon that, like, goes so far out. Now, would I rather just have a ranged weapon? Yes. You're correct, sir. I would rather just have the ranged weapon. But it's certainly not bad. I guess I'll just go speed right there. Okay, so how does this scale? 6 to 9, that's not great. Crit goes up by 10%. Ooh, a 2.25, so the crit multiplier goes up. That's neat. Very weird that it gives the +1. Yeah. To dodge. The armor down, not a big fan of. Absolutely not a fan of that. I'm just going to take this speed. I really do want some speed. I guess I'll take some more crit. I like the color difference on these. I think that is extremely nice. I like the very cyan blue, and then like the darker crimson red is very nice. Very, very nice. So I'm a big fan of that. But, so I'm curious about this. I don't know if I've asked this. And I think it'd be really cool because I'm always interested in hearing. A lot of the time I'm just interested in hearing more about people. So, I'm curious. What is your favorite color? No. What is the average airspeed velocity of an unladen swallow? But realistically, what is your favorite, or one of your favorite video games, and why, if you have a reason? I'm always pretty interested in knockback 2-2. Definitely needs more knockback up. Not what's the I want to make this clear. Not what's the best video game you've ever played. What's your favorite? I know for a fact that my favorite video game of all time is absolutely not the best video game I've ever played. My favorite video game is Final Fantasy VIII. It's not even the best Final Fantasy game. That definitely goes to 6. 6 is pretty good with the sauce. 4 is excellent. I don't want to talk about 7 because I've never properly beaten 7. Like, I know everything that happens in it, but I've always had my save data corrupted, which is super annoying. It was always, I got through the first disc and then just something happened in life and it corrupted it, whether that be someone corrupted it. That's not that good an upgrade. It's okay. Oh, its scaling is much, much better. Okay. That actually is a really good upgrade. I was about to say, like, raw damage-wise, it's not that good an upgrade. It's not bad, but, it's also, I don't have much in the way of damage or anything like that. Oh, yeah, I took a 1% damage down. And a 3% damage. I was like, why am I at 4? I took the bait. Nope. Sure. Sure. We'll take that. Yeah, but Final Fantasy VIII is my favorite game of all time. Because most of that kind of comes down to, it was one of the earliest JRPGs I played. Like, more traditional, because Pokemon was probably right around the same time as playing Final Fantasy VIII. Because Final Fantasy VIII came out in 99, and I had Pokemon pretty early, and I think that came out in the States at, I think it was 98. So I think maybe I played Pokemon first. But it was, and I do still to this day really like the characters in it. I'm a huge fan of Squall. I think he's an awesome character. I think he kind of gets overshadowed by other characters. Even other Final Fantasy characters. Like, I feel like Squall is... I personally like Squall more than Cloud. I'm not that big a Cloud fan. Now you go with the supporting cast. Do I like Rinoa or Tifa more? I like Tifa more. I do like Rinoa, but I really like Tifa. Tifa has a really, really cool design, and I do think it's the like boxer chick type of thing is really cool. And Rinoa's weapon is kind of stupid. It, like, she shoots, like, a frisbee off her wrist, and her limit break, instead of, like, Tifa does, like, cool martial arts moves, and Rinoa, literally not a joke, shoots her dog at people. Rinoa's more of a magic class anyway, but it's just funny. She, like, literally, it's like Angelo's, or I think it's Angelo's Rush. She, like, sticks out her arm that has her, like, little it's almost like she has a blaster and, like, shoots out a boomerang, basically. It's more like a chakram, but so she just holds out her arm, and, like, literally the dog just, like, jumps up and she shoots the dog at them. It's hilarious. It's just one of the dumbest abilities I can think of. Like, visually, you're like, what? Why you have to shoot your dog? No. So it's super silly. I think I'll actually trash one. By trash, I mean upgrade, not actually, like, trash. One of those. Because I definitely want the upgrades. Okay. And we'll get it back. We got all these. And we'll call it there. Yeah, but, I really like the characters in it. So Final Fantasy VIII's my favorite game. And it also, like, it was probably one of the first more serious video games I played. Like, because I remember right around the same time, it's like playing PS1 games and stuff, but right around the same time, some of the games I was playing were a bunch of NES ones, and I'm not saying NES games can't be serious. Oh, I definitely played Dragon Quest first, because I had that for NES. But the cinematics were amazing in it. And the game literally got me interested in my favorite video game genre. It's maybe a little bit less nowadays. Just because on YouTube, it's really, really hard for, at least for me, I won't say for other people, but at least for me, to make, what's a crit rate? 40, 50? Sure. It's really hard for me to make videos on, JRPGs and have people be engaged in it. It's kind of the nature of a JRPG. Like, I love the Persona franchise as well, but they're so long. Okay, just get more HP. I can't rely on dodge and low armor, so I probably should not have taken this. But it's really tempting when you want to scale with it, but, actually, hold on. What was the other weapon? No, I don't care. I want to use his weapon. Yeah, so it is, some of the reason, like, it's just, I'm very sentimental about why that's my favorite game. So share in the comments what's your favorite game and why. Because I'm super interested in finding out what kind of games you really liked. Because hey, who knows? Yeah, 350. It's literally longer range. It's very cool. I'm super tempted to take Naginata. Skills on HP, but I want to say I'm almost certain Naginata is the zombies' weapon. No. Alright, I'll just take that then. Yeah, because like some of the games. Oh yeah, so like the reason why is I think I was talking about Persona and then I died. Like as much as I love JRPGs, I don't love the length of JRPGs. When I was a kid, one of the reasons that I fell in love with JRPGs is they're very long. So when you can't buy a lot of video games, you can, like, really get your money's worth when you're buying JRPGs. I can't buy anything if I roll. Because you buy a game and you get 50, 70 hours out of it. I think on my playthrough of Persona 5 for the first time, I say it like I've played it again. I played Royal. And I'm a third of the way through it, I think. But my first playthrough on Persona 5 is 111 hours. And I'm not as big a fan on English RPGs. I think they're much worse than JRPGs. Personally. I don't feel they have as much soul in them, if that makes any sense. I'll try to explain it. But JRPGs, it's more follow the story, so they're legitimately worse as RPGs because there's no role playing in them, or no, like, they have their own storyline. Like, it's not I am the hero of time, or I am the one of the warriors of light. It's I'm playing as, you know, this hero, as opposed to like Skyrim and stuff where it's you are playing a the HP down on that. I forgot. Also, something scaling off HP sucks butts with this character. I'll take that. But yeah, so having the like Skyrim, Oblivion, any of those, like, you can be a self-insert way more. But a lot of the times, I think self-inserts actually make games much worse. Not necessarily that the game is bad. It's just the fact that... Jeez, I really need HP. But the story gets stunted. trying to tell itself. I guess we're gonna go Shiv. I don't know. The story gets stunted because, you know, they need to have 700 options open for the story. That way, you know, you feel like you were able to make the choices that you wanted in it, which is perfectly fine. I don't think that's a bad thing. I think it, like, for me, it's just, the stories aren't as good, or it's always about the supporting cast, and then I like being the main character, not just someone sitting on the sidelines watching everything happen. And I really do feel like for, like Skyrim, when I played through it, I never felt like I was the main character. I felt like I was a means to an end for other characters to have things happen. And it really, like, sucked a lot of the fun out of the game, the game from me. I think I will lock that. It's an elemental, and these are elementals. I really... No, we're just gonna go with the bouncy shivs. I just don't have the HP to deal with anything. I really wish that the HP modifications impacted after. I really wish it was after the 10 base HP. It's just you have 10 HP and then they affect you. But I understand that's just not how the stats work in the game. But yeah, it's so much harder for me to, like, care about those characters, because, or not necessarily care about the characters, but, like, my place in the story, because I'm just, basically, I'm just an extra. Like, yeah, go with, Fallout. It's like, Fallout 4. So I guess technically there's going to be some spoilers for Fallout 4. The game's pretty old, so. But you're looking for your son, and your son has done tremendous things. 1,000 years, well, not 1,000, but if you go after the story arc that follows your son, then, like, your character has done things, but, like, it just doesn't feel like it. I don't know if that makes sense. So they like hype you up as, like, mattering so much, and then, like, you get into the game and it's like, oh yeah, who are you again? The elemental. I may have passed other elemental. I've been flipping runs so much, I'm like kind of confused what I want to do. But yeah, like, I don't feel like I'm a important part of the story. It's, you know, I am literally just the player turning the pages effectively. If I don't turn the page, the story can't begin, but also my existence in the story, besides starting it, does not matter. Because I mean, especially in Fallout 4, literally, he creates a massive organization, basically. And then he's like, oh yes, you're my son, you can have everything I just built, because, I don't know, why not? Cheers, buddy. Thanks, champ. I know the champ thing would be more about your, like, your kid, but it's just how it feels to me, with a lot of them. Or it's just... And also your character has no personality in, like, any of them, because you're supposed to give them the personality with your dialogue choices, but they need to keep them, like, as vague as possible to some degree. And I don't know, I just really don't like those, because if I want to be the main character, like, I want it to be exactly me, then there are a lot of choice, like, you know, when the game gives you a choice and you're like, well, I don't want to choose either of those. That's stupid. Well, I don't have a right to make that choice because the game says I don't, even though, as my insert, I would make that choice. Like, D&D is where that's far superior because it's limitless. I don't expect developers to make them limitless. That is completely ridiculous. It's unrealistic. And the development time is completely wasted on something 99% of players are never going to witness at all. So I don't think they should waste their time on it. And I'm not saying that, you know, developers shouldn't work on extra things. I love it when there are extra things. Like in Resident Evil 4. There's a chair. You could just sit in the chair and Leon's like, there's no time to take a break, or basically. And it's just really fun because it's goofy. So Easter eggs, I love Easter eggs. Being in games and stuff. I suppose I'll take the bait. I can definitely take the damage up. Some more HP. I will not take HP downs. But hopefully I conveyed at least my feelings, so you can somewhat get it. That's just how I've always kind of felt about those, and I prefer when I'm along the ride for a story, because then I feel like there's so much more room for, like, surprises and stuff versus the, you know, I don't really know what else. Just it's how I feel. But I'm fine with both types of games. Just that's why I like JRPGs, not just RPGs. Because, yeah. Also, it's a lot harder to script really cool cinematics and stuff when you're balancing it off of, sure. When you're trying to balance the game off of, all the thousands of choices. Like, one of my favorite video game openings. My favorite video game opening is probably... You know what? I think it's one of the best, but I'm actually going to change it. This one, I think... So I was going to say Final Fantasy VIII, because I really like... It's like a big orchestral... It's really, really cool. It, like, hints at stuff in the game, and it's just really, really awesome. But I think legitimately my favorite opening, and I'm talking about, like, kind of opening cinematic, not the first level type of thing, because I'm really not a big fan of the first level. It's fine in both of these games, but Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2. I think it's, like, Hide Utena, or so. I don't remember what her name is. She's the one who did, Simple and Clean in my say. Did she do both? I know she did Simple and Clean. The girl I'm talking about did Simple and Clean. And that is absolutely, absolutely, unequivocally goated with the sauce. It is one of my favorite, if not my favorite, is the Kingdom Hearts 1. I love 2 as well. And just, like, the scenes in those are, like, so cool. If I had to pick, probably Kingdom Hearts is one of, if not my favorite franchise, because as a main title game, I don't really like to count spin-offs, because I can't say Final Fantasy because they have really bad mobile spin-offs. Like, one of them is, like, just absolute donkey dongs, because you have to, like, pay to have units, and they have 1 health bar, and then they just dead forever, and they cost, like, a decent amount of, like, it's like $1 or something per unit, or you have to watch a bunch of ads. I believe the game shut down. It was garbage. But For main title Kingdom Hearts games, I really like all three, even though I do have some gripes with, with the melee damage. I do have some gripes with, Kingdom Hearts 3. I still like the game and found it very fun to play. Okay, where do we have? We got bouncing, so it shouldn't be too bad. But yeah, so I really do like the Kingdom Hearts games, and they all have like awesome openings. It does kind of suck that like every spin-off game for Kingdom Hearts, I believe, or like nearly, they all just use Simple and Clean. Now, while I do think that song's amazing, like I really like My Sanctuary as well. Or I think it's just called Sanctuary, but it's the one from Kingdom Hearts 2. I really like that one as well, so I really wanted to see, like, more. And I do think their music is really good. Even beyond, like, I know it's kind of cheap talking about... I'm only talking about, like, the original music, because, like, if you're like, oh, well, you know, it's got Disney characters. You just like Disney music. Nah, Disney music's not even what I like about the game. It's all the, like, the unique worlds is what I really like about the game. That's where most of my enjoyment comes from. So, but, yeah. Is there a video game opening that you guys really like? Oh, and so another thing, the starting levels of Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 and 3, it's fine. I'm not as big a fan on the Roxas segment. 3, I think 3's okay. Its beginning, I think, is, that's, Olympus, right? Hercules World. And Destiny Island's fine. It works much better as a first game, but it's kind of boring. You don't really get a lot of the fun stuff in it. But, so like an opening cinematic in it, and it can't be like, oh, I like the Star Wars one because it literally plays a clip from the movie. No, it has to be unique to it. And if they like recreate something, well, now we're talking. Like, that's actually, you know, that's it creating something, rather than it just existing because another property entirely took it. So, yeah, let me know. Feel like I like the cinematic from, I don't know. I can't really think of anything like off the top of my head. Oh, I believe Parasite Eve had a really good one too. If I remember correctly, I think Parasite Eve was really good. I had the PS1 demo disc, and one of them I couldn't tell you what demo disc it was, but it had the a trailer of Parasite Eve 1. And, oh, yo, it was... So Parasite Eve is a horror game. And it has kind of gruesome visuals in it. And, like, they went all out. So it's kind of, for lack of a better explanation, because I'm not super knowledgeable about it, it's basically a zombie game. I believe these are projectiles that'll pierce. But it's basically a zombie game. And one of the in the demo thing, the demo disc, the trailer, it literally has a scene where a rat is transforming, and like you literally see like the skin peel itself, its back. It's so cool. It's disgusting, but it's so cool. And it, I believe it was by Square Enix, and Square Enix has, in my opinion, always been really, really up there with cutscenes and stuff. I mean, they were like the best, in my opinion. You know, like Final Fantasy VIII was incredible at the time. Now, obviously, like anything, it doesn't hold up because, like an example in Nier Automata, 2B, the main character, her butt has more polygons than the entirety of, I think, like Super Mario 64 and another game. Like, it just has so many polygons. I mean, it's pretty good. What can I say? You know, so I like it. But it has, it's very crazy just how far polygons have come. So I really like that, but I also don't want to like just overly credit like, oh, it looks bad because it didn't have enough polygons. Like, it looks bad, it didn't have a high enough frame rate or something like that. I try to some degree, like, look at it at its time. I don't really like the heavy polygon style. I was not a big fan of N64. Did I like it? Absolutely, I did. I can't super say that because I never played it, but visually, I was much more of a PlayStation graphics for most of those games, because a lot of the games I played had like the pre-rendered backgrounds, so those look much better because it's like, you know, hand-painted backgrounds look better than 3D models in a 30-year-old Nintendo game. But the models, nah. We'll go some more dodge. Okay, it's only 1 HP. That's not too bad. I am not going to lose the extra projectiles. If it's blue, I know I'm gonna roll past like 4 of them. Okay. Yeah, I'll grab a blue one now. Oh, welder won't show up. Well, there it is. Alright, so I'm very glad that I did take it, though. See? See? Smart. I can afford. I don't want the damage down. That's a lot of HP. 6 HP? It's a lot of HP right now. Seeing how if I don't get that HP, I think I can be one-shot? I think if the buffed horn charger, I think does 40 damage at 40%, or at 10 armor, I think. Anyway, more HP gives me more room to be, you know, survive. But yeah, because I don't know, I don't like the heavy polygons. When I first saw Ocarina of Time, I was like, I don't like the way this looks. As a kid, did not like the way it looked. 'Cause I grew up with a lot of, you know, the 16-bit looking, because I think before, probably wrong, but I would like compare it to A Link to the Past. I know A Link to the Past came out first. But for a lot of the things, I would wind up comparing it to, like, visually how I see some of the other things. So, you know, you've got, A Link to the Past, Link's Awakening, where, like, that's how I envision it, so I think the other ones look much worse. Not today anymore, but just with how blocky it was, and a lot of the backgrounds are pretty muddy in Ocarina of Time. They were a lot cleaner. Now, granted, a Mario game, it's way better to have, like, bright, shiny, like, super vibrant colors, but when you're trying to have it in a, you know, quote-unquote more realistic world, it's not an insult, too, but they're not trying to have it be like this goofy, weirdo Mario world, so they have a wildly different aesthetic, but a lot of them were just super muddy, it felt. It was, like, way darker and stuff like that, so I didn't like it as much. Sure, that's a technical damage up. That's not worth it. I'm going to take the elemental. Oh, that's huge. More HP. I don't want to lose any more speed, so I'm going to say no. Have our first elite. And it's, not too bad. So I'm not focused on killing it. So our ability to bounce shots all over the world is going to help out a lot. Are we going to be able to kill it, though? I'd like to. Give me the wolf head, I think. I think it's engineering down. I think that would be pretty good. Alright, so we're just about, I believe, just about at the circle phase. And circle phase. Circle phase is he creates the circle around me. I don't know if I've actually ever called that circle phase. Oh yeah, we can totally take him down. Huge. Yeah, the wolf head might be really good. I believe it's engineering down, and I don't care about engineering. I think it's like, what, 8? Well, that's similar. So we'll go from 50-64. Huge. 50-64 to 66, 76. That's nice. For every dodge you have, gain attack speed. Sure. My range doesn't need to be redonkulous. No, I don't need any more attack speed. My attack speed's already through the roof. Sure, I'll take that. Be surrender! I guess I won't miss any materials, though. Honestly, Sifties probably should have just trashed it. Probably was not worth actually taking the item. Ooh, he got through. I was just standing there. Menacingly! I might be able to be one-shot by one of those guys if they're buffed. I don't have 10 armor, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, so I don't know. I really like talking about video game stuff. If you can get me on a topic, like honestly, I just like talking. I am someone who never shuts up. So I really do enjoy, you know, being able to, like, kind of sit down and have conversations like this and stuff. I love doing it in person even more. That was probably a waste. Sure. Or not necessarily just in person, but you know what I mean. Should I have taken that? Whatever it was? I think I should have taken little muscly dude. What did I even take? It was a blue item. Right? I think it was blood leech. If I took blood leech, I absolutely should have taken a little muscly dude. Yeah, I left that big of an impact. I literally had no clue what item I took. I'll roll for no reason. Huge. Oh, give me all. Yeah, because I really like sharing my thoughts on video games and hearing people's thoughts. Sometimes, I will admit, I can be a little critical. Where I don't like to lie to myself or others about what kind of video games I like or don't like. And I probably overly try to explain or be a little more realistic. Because I know I've had problems with people where they're like, why are you negative all the time about it? And it's like, I'm not. Like, I mean, like, I'm like, I don't like this, and they're like, why are you being negative? I'm not being negative. I just don't like it, and I'm not lying to you. Enchanted Cutlass. Really wish I had that for this run. But yeah, I'm not lying to you. I really hate yes men, where it's like, that was good, that was, or that this is my favorite, this is my favorite, this is my favorite. I actually had 14 armor. That's wild. I want to be realistic and be like, look, Final Fantasy VIII's my favorite game, but the draw system is ass. It's so bad. Like, a mana system works infinitely better than having a set number of a spell, because then I'm just never going to use the spell unless I'm about to die, or it's a healing spell because I need healing, and that's the only way you can really heal in the game. You can use potions, but the max potion is either a literal full heal or 1000 HP, and this is a game where you can have 9999 HP. So, not worth it. But, either way, thank you very much, everyone. Appreciate it. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.